Hi everyone, my name is Derek and welcome to GamerBody. In this question and answer video, I am going over how a skinny, hard gainer type of person can pack on muscle and size. Now I've put together 5 different ways I was able to do this over my years of training, where I was able to go from someone who was skinny, or again the hard gainer type of person, to putting on 20 pounds of muscle within 2 years, and then building upon that to where I am now. Alright, now let's go and jump into those 5 muscle building tips. The first tip is that you must be doing some type of resistance training with a focus on getting stronger. Resistance training is the name of the game when it comes to building strength. Whether that be you do calisthenics, weight training, combination of the two, it does not matter. You need some type of resistance placed on your muscles that has your body adapt to the new stimulus you're putting on it to elicit some type of change and muscle growth. Without this type of resistance, as well as packing on more strength over time, you won't be able to build muscle. Tip number 2 is that you need to have some type of progressive overload in your training and plan to build more muscle and strength. Progressive overload is essentially a way where you add on more resistance or tension, or you change up an exercise that forces your body to adapt to the stimulus over time to become bigger and stronger. It's essentially leveling up the exercise so that your body has to continuously build more muscle and get stronger to be able to do the exercise that you're trying to accomplish. Now, the easiest way to progressive overload is, of course, just adding weight. So this is great if you're going to the gym and you just want to add more weight onto the bar. Simple way to do it. When it comes to things like body weight and calisthenics, it can get a little more difficult, but definitely not impossible, as I actually like some calisthenics exercises over heavy weight training. But that's just me, especially with my home style of training. But just know you need to figure out a way to continuously progressive overload the exercise to make it a little harder to force your body to then build more muscle so you can complete that exercise. Tip number 3 is that you need to be in a calorie surplus. Yes, I know many people that are trying to maybe lose weight. Maybe you're the skinny fat type of person looking to build muscle and shed fat at the same time. Now, when you're going through a phase of getting stronger, you definitely need to have more calories than you're burning. That way your body can properly recover, as well as provide enough energy for you to do your resistance training, and again, use things like progressive overload and the focus on strength training to build more muscle. I like to think of food as the energy you are putting into your body to allow you to do what you need to do in a day. That is really why we eat, in order to get the minerals, nutrients, as well as energy to do everyday life tasks. Having an excess in calories allows you to push more weight because you have more energy to do the exercise, again, also for a longer period of time under more tension. It is that will allow you to, again, build muscle and size. It also helps aids in the recovery when you're done, because muscle is expensive, so you're going to need the calories in order for your body to properly rebuild your muscles bigger and stronger. If you don't have that energy, your body may have a tough time recovering fast enough before your next workout, where you're going to be, again, trying to improve upon the weight you did the first time. Now, for a quick breakdown on how you can get the correct macros for how you should be eating, I'll add this on as a way to improve your overall body composition results. I'm going to take a way that Anthony Balduzzi over at the Fit Father Project breaks down his plate. So he likes to put a plate together with the following. 1/2 of your plate should be a fibrous carb. Another 1/4 of your plate should be a starchy carb, and another 1/4 of your plate should be a main protein source. If you're able to set up your plate in this way, you'll be able to hit most of your macronutrients in the proper proportions. Now, of course, tracking it yourself is the best way to do this, as long as you track everything you're eating and you're trying to get in really, really lean shape. But if you're someone who doesn't care for tracking, like me, the best way to do it is to create kind of templates like this, so you get at least in the ballpark of what you're looking for. Alright, now to tip number 4, we have rest and recovery. Now, this is one that's not really brought up too much in the fitness industry, as the fitness industry wants you to go balls to the wall all of the time, always hammer yourself out, then have their recovery shakes and that kind of stuff. However, that's not really what you want to be doing if you want to build on more muscle and strength. What you want to be doing is lifting heavy enough and providing enough resistance and tension to the muscles to elicit a change that tells your body you need to become bigger and stronger so that the next time you come upon this, your body is ready to lift that type of weight. Now, the best way to recover is sleep. So if you're not getting proper sleep, your recovery is going to be slow and not as good as someone who is able to get in enough hours. Now, for me personally, around 7.5 hours is perfect for me for sleep. If I get a little bit less than that, it's probably fine. But if I'm going below like 7 into the 6 range, I'm not getting enough sleep, so I might not get proper recovery after my workouts. It may take some time for you to fiddle around to see where your current sleep is, but just know that sleep is the most important when it comes to recovery. Of course, in your day, if you take some days off, that's good. So maybe you do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday full body routine. You want to make sure you have those days off in order to properly recover. Maybe you focus on things like mobility on those days or stretching on those days. But I wouldn't focus on doing anything too crazy. Definitely don't get too high intensity, because when you go into the next workout, you want to be fresh. So again, you lift the most weight or do whatever it is that provides the most resistance you can do to elicit that change for muscle growth. All right, and tip number 5, which is my most important tip, is consistency. The main complaint I always get is that people aren't seeing gains, and then when I ask them what their current training plan is and how often they go, they come back with showing results that are all over the place because they're just not consistent with their training program. Most of them don't have any type of training program, so that's a big starter to begin with. But if you are going to the gym or you're working out from home, wherever it may be, and you're trying to pack on muscle and size, you need to be consistent in your training and focus on those targets to getting stronger. This is how I got my results, because in those first 2 years, I put in the work on a consistent basis each day, week, and now years later in order to put on the size I wanted. And I had an underlying reason, which is I wanted to build confidence in myself. So I was going to pack on the muscle in order to give myself back more confidence, which in the end it did. And I'm very glad I ended up doing this. But now it's years and years later, I still put in my training each and every week to keep what I have and even improve upon my current, again, posture, strength, muscle size, all that stuff I'm still working on even today, even if I did get to the goal I really achieved in the beginning. All right, and that is it for this video on how a skinny or hard gainer individual can pack on muscle and size, as well as keep it moving forward for the rest of their lives. You'll notice that there was no crazy new information in here. You might have learned a thing or two, maybe with that plate that I threw out earlier, but just know there is no real secret you don't already know in terms of how to build muscle and strength. But so stop going out there and trying to find all the flashy products. They're not going to help you. They may change 1% of what you're doing overall, but really you want to be focusing on the 90% that gets you to the end result you were looking for, and then you can focus on any other things after a couple of years of training. Alright, and if you'd like to learn what I'm currently using at home for my fitness equipment and my current program, please head over to GamerBody.com. You can opt in there and get all of the stuff that I am currently using to build muscle, strength, hypertrophy, and confidence in myself. Alright, and that is it for this video again, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Be fit and game on.